All right, time for the daily break and run. Straight pool break and run, starting from my favorite opening break. I hit it with a little bit too much side spin, so I end up hitting the 9 under the rack, but that's okay. Pretty decent break. Um, I've got the 15 as a break shot, but I like them closer to the rack than that, so I need to manufacture one. Meanwhile, I'm going to work on getting this little cluster of balls broken up here. Okay, so they're broken up. Now I've got the 6, 13, 10. Those three balls are a problem. And then down the table, I've got the 2 ball is blocking the 4 and the 8 in the corner. So I'm going to play to finish out the stuff that's under the rack with this 11. Use it to get up on the 2 ball. Um, so I knew it would be near the side, but I didn't think it would be that close to the side. Now I'm going to have to let the cue ball go a little. I've got a choice between the 15 or the 2 ball. And I'm going to take the 2. I need to deal with the ones down at the bottom. So take the 2, leave the 8. And then I really need to get that 6 ball out of that 3 ball group that's there. So I'm going to just go ahead and leave it now while I've got the chance. I've got a good angle on it to roll to the rail for the 14. So when you have 3 balls that are like that, you don't have to break them out. You can just get one of them into a pocket, and that opens up the other 2. So now I've got the 12 and the 13, either one of which could be the key ball. I'm going to go ahead and take the 4 or the 15, draw back for the 4, and I'm going to use the 4 to get on the 9, which will give me either the 12 or the 13 in the side pocket. Is that the 12 or the 10? I can't tell. I think it might be the 10. So I'm going to use this, come over, and by the way, if I get too much spin, the 13 goes in the bottom right, and so does any of those 3 could go in the bottom right. So if I get too much spin, I'm fairly safe on that shot. All right, so the 9. Now I'm just going to stun it. Now I've got my choice of the 2, and because of the angle, what I can do is I can just jack up a little bit, stun the 10, and I'll end up straight in on the 13, which will allow me to stop or draw back just a hair to get my nice break shot. And there we go. That is a great break shot. I really like this break. So you're seeing me play straight pool a lot more in the daily break and runs, and that's because my game is improving all the way around by playing straight pool. It's making me think about patterns. It's making me think about where I'm moving the cue ball and choosing when to hit a ball and when to carry them into a ball and when not to. Okay, great break. I'm a little far on my first shot. I'm going to have to shoot the 5. It's really the only thing I have. I mean, I've got other shots, but the 5 is probably the easiest because it's so close to the rail it becomes a big ball for the pocket. And I'm going to get under the rack and work on the bottom of the rack first. So just stop it here. The 4 ball goes in. The 1 can go in. I'm going to choose the 1. Whenever I've got a little line like this, I like to pick out something in the middle, which opens up everything else in the line. So I'm going to play the 1. All right, this was not exactly an ideal leave. The 7 blocked the 10 ball that I could have taken up top, but I've still got the 8, so I'm going to have to get the bridge for this. So as I was saying, I'm kind of consistently getting in the 20s now, which is good. It's not great, but it's good that I'm consistently getting there. It means I'm making it through a rack and into the next rack. Um, Now, if I could get just a little bit further, um, then I start opening up the big runs. So the first rack is typically easy. because you're setting up your break shot. The second rack is the first one where you can have challenges, and then the third rack, getting into the third rack and through the third rack, is where you start breaking into the big runs. Okay, so on this, I hit it thicker than I want to on this 6-ball, and I don't get the motion. And then this is a classic mistake. So I need to make the 2, and I don't want to hit any of the balls up there. So I'm focused on not hitting the balls instead of focused on making the shot.